We call the benevolent beings of light, archangels, and ascended masters to guide and inspire us during this forum. Our forum's vision is to bring the understanding, tools, discipline, and support for those seeking to enter the straight and narrow path, the road less traveled, that will lead us along effectively and steadily through the ascension process. Integration of the human experience with our divine origin is moving us full circle to achieve our divine potential. So be it. Amen.
Never worry about who will be offended if you speak the truth. Worry about who will be misled, deceived, and destroyed if you don't. So that video that we just saw was talking about the initiations that have been going on and continue to this day. Tonight's title is Path of the Initiations, and it is multiple. It's absolutely. Now, they talked about the initiations of fire, and one of the questions I had to the masters was that how would that affect? Is there like everybody going to go through the same initiations of fire, or will it be very specific to each individual? And they said very individualized according to what we've already initiated to and where we're going and what we need to do yet. But there's much more than just the fire. There's the 4 initiations. There's the earth, fire, wind, and water. Each one of these initiations, we will go through different experiences, and they will bring us the understanding that we need in each of the areas. The American Indians have absolutely known this for more time than I can tell you. And it comes actually from the Lemurians, who came onto the continent that we live on right here in the United States. And they carried those traditions and understandings and the teachings. Looking at the part of these initiation path is that we're creating a space where everything that we let go of, we make room for this great light to come in that carries the wisdom and understanding that keeps us going forward in the ascension process. So the greatest thing you can do for yourself is just believe that you're on the path, choose to be on the path, and then walk that path. Let your life unfold in front of you and just go with it in a very innocent and trusting way. We have all the help we need to watch over us as we go into areas that we haven't gone into. And every time you let go of an old pattern, an old belief, you allow more light to come into your body where that was taking that space, because no two things can occupy the same space in our dimension. So you've got to let go of the old so that the new can come in. The ascension process is actually intensified because of the time we live in and the doorway that's going to close in 2032 is the expected date. So we have a lot of work to do. Unknown to us is most of what we still carry within our cellular structure and on a molecular level. We don't know what's still there other than what we experience in the world. The point that Archangel Michael was making was that we really do need to be in the world with people to get to see all aspects of ourself that they bring to you, not just our family, but people out there in the world. Be an observer. Don't get entangled into the worldly drama and trauma that you're seeing going on around you. Don't lower your energy to go there. Let others be who they are and say what they do. But you are there to hold the light, to bring the light to others, to set an example of staying in your center, of not being fearful of what's happening. It's happening for a very important reason. The matrix is perfectly the law of the circle. Everything comes back to the sender. Do you know what you did in other lifetimes? Yeah. Most of us don't. And so when things happen to us that we're not happy about, it's because we have to clear that. Just clear it. Don't hang on to it. You're not stuck. It might take you a little longer to get it, but you're not stuck. You can move right through it. The passive initiation has been going on actually for a very, very long time. However, right now, because we're more awake and aware, we're going through it consciously, whereas before we were going through it unconsciously. It was just happening. The point Archangel Michael made about our bodies rebelling and wanting to hang on to the structure that from our past behavior and experiences, and that can be a very trying time. You have to take command of your house, your body, and your energy fields. It's very important. Your ego, which works off the mind, remembers everything from the past. Your emotional body will bring up emotions, and then just let them go. Just let them go. If you hang on, if you get scared, if you fall because of the information coming up or the emotions, you're going to have to work through it longer. But I say, just face it and let it go. Let it go. Make the choice, and your higher self will help you. Your angels will help you. The benevolent beings that are around you, the great masters, they'll all help you get through it. They'll embrace you. They'll send light to you. They won't fix you. That's your job. But you show willingness to empty yourself of your past, and they will do everything they can to make it as easy as possible. And you will find that things are going to start happening inside you. You'll think differently. You'll feel differently. You're going to look out at everybody and just feel so much love you don't know what to do with it. You're going to see animals and you're going to look into their eyes and you're going to see how intelligent they are, how they're looking at you with such love. Do you know that they actually take on some of your diseases? They take it on them so that they can free you up. They love you that much. Give them the respect that they deserve. They earned it, believe me. This journey is so beautiful when you just accept the fact that stuff is going to come up, but it's only coming up to go. And you have to remember it while you're going through it. When you feel fearful, it's because a layer is coming up that you are ready to face. Just remind yourself, this too shall pass. I'm letting it go. I'm not hanging on anymore. Now, all of you that's on this call and others that I work with are the ones that Archangel Michael was talking about, that we were ready to bring this great light and wisdom to the people. That's why we're here. However, during this time that we're sharing with others what we have mastered, we have to keep emptying ourselves so that we're free. Anyone that comes to you, they are showing you something that you still have in you, even though you're not reacting to what they're saying or doing. They didn't come to you for nothing. And it's never a teacher-student situation. Both interchange. They show you, you show them. That's how we work together. For all the years since the 1980s that I've been counseling, I knew this from the beginning, that everyone that walked through that door was a part of me. And when they cried, I cried. I helped them purge, and they helped me purge. I told them the wisdom that I understood, and sometimes they said such profound things that it knocked me out of my chair. Don't ever judge anybody. You don't know who you're speaking to. You have no idea their experiences in the world, on other worlds, other universes. There could be an angel in a body just overlaying somebody, a regular human. They got permission to do it, and they bring you a great message, or they help you at a moment you needed it the most. Think of your life and times when somebody came along and just made you feel so safe and so secure. It's happened to all of us. Who knows who that was that entered them, a regular person, and gave you a gift. Never judge a book by its cover. There's a lot of content in there that you'd like to understand and learn from. And that would be any person that comes into your life. Someone on the line at the grocery store, while you're waiting at the doctor's office and sitting in that chair for a half hour, waiting for your appointment to come around. You never know where you're going to be and who it's going to be that's going to come to you. There is so much to this process, but it has to happen very slowly. If it happened too quickly, in big bursts, you wouldn't be able to handle it. None of us would. So with the wisdom of the universe, it knows we've got to go slowly forward and upward. But only with the efforts that we make in order to empty ourselves more and more so that there's room for this great light of wisdom to come into us. And once it does, it takes hold. And you'll be tested to see if you'll use that energy and that wisdom rightly. Or will you go into the, oh, well, I'm going to make a lot of money off of what I know. That's 3D. That's the selfishness that we've been living in. Yes, we've been conditioned to think that way. Some of us, it just is our own occupation that would be this help. But I tell you, we're moving out of this consciousness. And whatever we do as a conscious being, we do it out of love and respect for ourselves and others. To become a humanitarian who brings light wherever they go. To offer ourselves in service first and foremost. God will take care of you. The God lives inside you. And you will get jewels in your crown where you really want the rewards, because the rewards here are very temporal. Things that you do, just do it quietly. Don't announce it to anyone. Don't need applause from anyone. Then, if you seek that, then you already got your reward, your holy moment of glory. Save it up. It's your bank account in the higher realms, the place where you're going. where you want your riches, and it's all about energy. I'm not talking about money. You're operating on several different dimensional frequencies. Draw that in, call it in, make yourself whole again, and you will bring them right into it here as you bring in 5D. Because your higher bodies are in that realm and higher. How do you do this? You keep emptying yourself of the past. You make room for that light and all the fragments to come back, and you heal and become whole again. Whole again. Not splintered. Not places in your body that hurt so bad because they're vibrating at a lower frequency. It isn't unless you have a condition that causes that pain. It is just simply a block in your body. God gave you hands. They're filled with light when you ask them to be, and you put it upon that place in your body where it hurts. It will heal you. It will bring light there and lift the blocks right out of the cellular structure. It will be in your fields. Then you will deal with a situation. Will it be that minute? Will it be the next day, a week from then? It depends on your willingness to go through it. You are the master of your house, of your world. Use your mastery to free yourself, to empower yourself, to bring so much light in you that you become this God-man. Remember Jesus was talking about that? The Son of Man, the Son of God? That would be you. It sounds so lofty, but it's true. He brought us these messages, and he did what he did to show you what you can do. But this has to become your focus. Not to be rich and famous in the world. It will disappoint you. I've worked with people, top of the world, making millions of dollars, and they were miserable. Miserable. Because that isn't where your satisfaction comes from. It's what you do with that position, what you do with those riches. Do you share them? Do you help those less fortunate that come to you? If you don't have money, but you have time, give your time. Give your love. Be a good listener. There's so many people that are sleeping still. They're not ready. They're too scared to open up and allow life in. That's why so much substance abuse and alcoholism is on the high end. No one wants to face this because they think that they're stuck. And they don't understand what we talk about here. But once you feel on the deepest levels, you start to free yourself, starting with fear and working through the issues, the pain that you've suffered, the people who hurt you. Let it all go. Let it all go. It's hurting you, not them. And if it hurts them, it's their job to take care of it. You see? You're already predestined because you're awake to know that you're here to bring this great light and wisdom to the planet. If only you would hold that light and keep that frequency high, everybody on the planet has a chance to get there. It's what you choose or not. It's all up to us. Nobody tells us what to do. They'll prompt us. They'll point the way. Your higher self is praying for you, giving you everything you need. And someone asked me recently, why does God leave me? Why did God leave me? And I said, no, no, no. You left God. You didn't believe because you had struggles in your life and you thought God walked away during that time. God never walks away. God is animating you. But we change our mind. We get angry, frustrated. We close the door and we stop believing. When you lose your faith and hope, it's very real things. And you start spiraling down into that 3D horror show that's going on that you're not experiencing right now. Have the courage to go forward. Have the desire to go forward. Tell your higher self when you're praying, no begging, say thank you. Thank you for everything. Thank you for my life. Show me the way. I need help. I need help to understand. I need help to get through the day. All you have to do is ask, and it shall be done. So keep saying thank you even before it happens. Expect it. Lord Maitreya is saying something. Hang on a second. Lord Maitreya is saying that all of you know this deep inside you. None of this is new information to you. You're just being triggered to remember who you really are and the wonderful things that you've done to help humanity in the past and even in this lifetime. He wants you to know you're already who you wish to be. Now, just let go of who you're not. You see? And your life will reflect what you believe your life should be. It's a magical dance. The elders know it. Those people who are Aboriginal type, they hold those teachings from their culture, and they know it. And we look at them and feel that they're very backwoods, that they haven't come into modern life. They don't want it. They don't want it. They want to hold on to the customs of their people. They understand this better than we do, the great modern people of the world, the civilized people of the world who keep warring. We're all going to get over ourselves. We just have to choose that path. When you really start to become aware, it becomes almost funny to think that any miserable thing that I've ever been through is because of the belief that I had, or the pain that I was still suffering, or what I thought of myself, unworthy. Get over all that. It's not true. I don't care what they conditioned you to believe. Think for yourself. Know who you are. Be the divine being that you are. Love yourself. Love others. Look at everyone seeking to see their beauty, not their faults. Find the light in everyone to help them bring it out in themselves. Compliment people who are in service around you. Make them feel worthy of all the work they do to serve you. Be kind and generous in the way that you can. Be gentle with yourself. No jokes about yourself. It hurts too much. It's painful. And your body reacts to that. Your body's doing everything it can to keep up with your spiritual growth. It's struggling. Make it nice for your body. Get your rest. Eat good food. Drink pure water. Do everything you can to be kind and gentle. But especially the rest. Your body is working so hard to change on a molecular level to rise up into this light body that you're going to be wearing. It needs its rest and nourishment. Remember that. So this great ride that we're on is taking us forward. Sometimes we don't feel like doing it. But when it comes up and you are disturbed by the energy that's being brought up to the surface, please address it. Address it. Own it. Own it. Be honest with yourself, impeccably honest. Don't make believe, for it'll hold you back and the suffering will take longer to leave. We're all being perfected in the light. The fire of initiation is very strong. It wakes us up. It gets our attention. It keeps us moving forward. It keeps us on track. Nobody wants to stand in the fire any longer than they have to. No one. Unless they like to hurt themselves, and that's very sad too. All the drama you see playing out in the world is part of everybody letting go of their past. They're acting it out one more time, hoping that they see their errors in their ways, hoping that they change their mind about what they're doing in their life to make themselves so miserable. And your job is to do the same for yourself. Clear it out, clean it up, love yourself, and become free and whole again. So I have a lot more to say, but I'm going to save it for my closing statement after the questions and answers. I just want to encourage you to be strong, to know that all of this knowledge is great, but until you actually put it to use, what does it mean to have that wisdom given to you? You see, we're just waking up to what we already know. Everybody is. But if we don't put that wisdom, that information that's going to help us to use, then we're wasting our time. We're prolonging what will eventually happen, but it will take a lot longer. So the masters implore you, please take this to heart. Look out from yourself and see yourself everywhere. And if there's pain and suffering in front of you, you know there's something inside you that it's brought that experience on that day. Everybody's serving each other. What part are you playing? What part are they playing in your life? Are they an agitator? Are they somebody that brings peace to you? They're both loving you and doing what you contracted to do together. Use it well. It's all for you. I make a practice of this every day. I am so grateful that I have beautiful people coming to me. I worked many, many years consciously living my life. And the rewards are, you can't even count them. Every day of your life becomes a blessing. You get to see the beauty in you all around you. I've been working very diligently with one lady who really was having a problem. And every time we go to the place where she works, I see a great change in her with all the love that I send and the light. She's a new woman. All her workers see it. It's almost like a new person. Do that for yourself and others. It will bring you great joy to get to see the results of your work. You don't have to say a word to them. Just do the light work. Very inconspicuously, no big drama show. Remember, your rewards are saved for up there, meaning the higher frequency, not another place. And that's where you want to get your kudos. Beautiful song, so appropriate, yes? So for those of you that are watching this on YouTube, we invite you to join the forum on Wednesday nights. It's a free forum. You just have to get in touch with me, go to the website, ourdivineorigin.com, and get the email address and send your request in. We'd love to see you. Also, the Academies of Light, I encourage all of you on the call and others to see the page that we've opened with the Academy of Light information on it. It's really very beautiful. And those that would like to join in, that's on the call, and those that are listening to this on YouTube, please go to the website. You can contact me there and you can join in to learn more about it. Thank you. Path of initiations. So we talked about it during the questions and answers. And from what other people said, do you see how many initiations you've taken? Big ones, little ones, willing to do what your heart tells you is right for you? Being willing to experience something and actually stand up for yourself, what you believe in. Going into a life situation that's scary and just going with it and taking the gifts from it. And when you look back, you see the perfection in how everything happened. The timing, the fact that you could hold true to your belief system, that you could stand strong when everything was against you, that you could say goodbye to somebody that you had a long history with because you knew it wasn't healthy for you, and then to be able to bring them back into your life because all of us are changing constantly. You see, our children, raising our children, the times we go through, the stress, that some of it we bring on ourselves because we think we need to save them and fix them constantly. The best thing we could do is let them go through the hard times. Let them learn from their experience so they don't have to go through it again. Same with friends, family members, others. We step back, even though we could see as clear as day what would be the remedy. They need to learn this on their own, or they get weakened. They do. They get weak, and they have to keep going through these experiences because mommy keeps fixing it or daddy does. We do it to ourselves as well. The initiations we take is making us stronger. If they repeat themselves, it's because we didn't get the full message and get from it. So keep going through your initiations. Don't fight it. Don't feel any way or form that you're stuck in it. Just ask yourself the questions. What do I need to see? What do I need to understand? And what do I feel about the circumstance or the person or the situation? These initiations are not just fire. They're the other elements as well. We're all going through a physical initiation, a mental initiation, an emotional initiation on a regular basis. Just keep going with it. Everything is trying to get to the same frequency. Everything wants to heal inside you so that your world outside you will reflect that peace that passes understanding, that calm, no matter what happens. We just watch and witness life. Become an observer of your life, quietly entering into everything. Because in that space, you're in your center. You're listening instead of contributing to whatever it is until you feel you have something you must say. Like Barbara was saying before, she couldn't even hold it back. She needed to do it because God within her was prompting her. Say what you need to say. What's interesting is I did the same thing at a spiritual gathering, and the person was saying they were a 5D, 6D person. And what they were saying was not because I know what they sound like on that level. And I called the person out right in the audience, and the person started cursing like a banshee, started screaming, carrying on like a raving maniac. Everybody's eyes almost popped out of their head, and he ran out of the room and left, and everybody didn't know what to do with it. Sometimes you just got to take that initiation to do what your heart is telling you, because nothing's making sense what you're hearing or seeing. Actually, I've done it a couple of times. It was really scary, but I did it. And both of them were phonies. They were dark entities that were making believe that they were higher entities. We can't be sheep. The initiations are bringing us to think things out. Feel what you feel like when it's happening. Take the initiative to take that moment and say, whoa, this is not for me. I'm not doing this. It's against everything I believe. You see? That is someone I want to hang out with. You are so brave. Bring up that strength from within you. You have so much help around you. You will not flounder. If you're doing something that isn't of the highest good, it ain't going to work out too good. But you'll learn and have that initiation. Zip it until you know it's truth. I've had plenty of those. We're all growing. We're all growing. Each of us at our own pace, in our own way, with our own people that came and signed up to work with you and me. It's wonderful. It's blessed. Everybody that's in your life is bringing something to you. Remember that. Don't look at someone and say, oh, that's not me. No, there was you at some time, in some way. And sometimes it's just what they say. Sometimes it's not everything about them. Sometimes it's just one thing and you go, you know what? There I am. Holy Christmas. I know that I've done that before. I know it. I can feel it. I'm agitated. It's pushing my button. You see? This is the journey home. Home to your heart. Home to your wisdom. The sacred mind and the sacred heart. That's where we belong. That's what we came in with. And now it's being reintroduced to us one step at a time. Hold true to yourself. Hold true to the truth in you as you feel it, not someone else's truth. I only guide you inside yourself. My truth doesn't have to be yours. I just share what I know. And if it hits you in the heart, then you know it's your truth too. Whatever is said by anybody in your life, let it spin around for a while. If it's for you, you may use it. If it's not, it'll sit there until the opportunity comes and maybe you'll use it. Some things you reject. Be brave. Be true to yourself. Be honest. Be strong. God is with you. Don't leave God. Believe in God. God animates you. Jesus told us everything about this, but it was coded because we weren't ready to hear it. Now we can talk about it plainly, right out in the open. Be not afraid. Everything is shifting and changing for the better. And those that still are struggling need that experience until they say no more. And they too will catch up. Don't give up on anyone. Don't give up on yourself. There is so much beauty and joy coming. And you'll want to be part of that. Yes? Make the choices. They're yours to make.
We are deeply grateful for this forum. We thank those in attendance for your attention, for your wonderful questions, future topic suggestions, and stories that touched our hearts and opened our minds to new possibilities. Our collective energy has filled this forum with light and love for each other. We are so grateful that each of us brings guides and angelic beings to the forum, raising the frequency ever higher. We are grateful for the assistance, inspiration, and guidance from the benevolent beings overseeing the forum. Know we are all deeply loved and richly blessed. Amen.
Hello, friends of the truth. Remember this term, membranes of light, for it is important that this concept is clearly defined within your mind. There were membranes of light placed across your memory when you began your journey into the illusionary realities of the third, fourth dimensions. There were membranes of light placed at the entryway to your sacred mind and to your sacred heart. There is a membrane of light surrounding your third eye, your inner sight, when your higher self determines it is time for your third eye to open, it will be as if you received a surge of sacred energy upon your brow. These specialized frequencies open the seed crystals of light within the pineal gland, which initiates the ability for extrasensory perception, clairvoyance. Most of you have heard of the ring pass knot, a thin membrane of light radiation which encircled the planet. It was a restrictive quarantine of sorts, which was gradually dissolved from the Earth's atmosphere, thereby allowing the cosmic information floodgates to be flung open so that the next level of cosmic wisdom could pour forth to a select group of world servers, cosmic messengers. For many lifetimes, every one of these brave souls has been in an intense preparatory stage in the higher realms. This intense training period was necessary in order to bring forth the advanced teachings in an accurate, orderly, and timely method. It is cosmic law that you must integrate and experience each level of new truth in order to move to the next, more advanced level. It is a unique and specialized path of initiation. The ascended masters of the Cosmic Council of Light do not openly teach in public.
You can manifest anything and everything you might dream of if you get in harmony with how these laws work.
They work entirely through their disciples and initiates, mostly by conveying the inspired thought forms of higher wisdom teachings. Initiates work on the mental levels, also mostly behind the scenes. However, a select group is actively teaching out in the world. For inspiring others to become world servers is their most important task. There is a light epidemic whereby every person on earth is being bombarded by the refined frequencies of God light. However, each person can only absorb and integrate the frequencies of light that their physical vessels can accommodate. You must be able to metabolize the higher frequency, God light, in order to benefit from it and make use of it. Those of you who have steadfastly followed the path that was designed for you are quickly coming to a state of completion for the particular stage of enlightenment you have been in for the past 10 years. When you attain true self-mastery, your thoughts and words will become harmless, for criticism and negativity cannot dwell in the light of love and truth. Service is an intrinsic impulse of the soul self, just as desire is the major impulse of the ego. Your transition from the impulses or nudgings of the emotional, ego-desire body to the inspirational thoughts of the soul and the higher self has mostly been accomplished. Your focus has moved toward group consciousness and how to serve humanity. You are also well on your way in the transition from I, me, my selfish interests to higher frequency, we, our state of unity consciousness. The intuitive thoughts you receive and the guidance from your guides, angelic helpers, and higher self become stronger as you integrate more pure God light. Your personal reality expands from a small world focus of a me, my state of consciousness, to an expanded consciousness which includes the world, the solar system, and beyond. No longer do you respond to painful events in life as fated or punishment, for you realize they are challenges and opportunities for growth. You are swiftly moving out of the energy vortex or collective consciousness band of thought forms created by humanity, which is a vortex of violent activity. Ascension is a process whereby you consciously move forward into higher and higher levels of the energy vibrational fields of your oversoul, higher selves, forever moving forward into more rarefied fields of divine energy of the higher dimensions. Your soul is aware of the imbalances you brought forth from the past, and also those you have created in this lifetime. It will do everything possible to bring these imbalances to your attention, so you can rectify the imperfections and develop harmonious attunement with the next level of your higher self. This is the soul's main purpose for being. Your soul and higher selves will also make every effort to raise your vibrational frequencies and to harmonize the fluctuating energies of the emotional and mental bodies. As you progress on the path and begin to tap into the higher vibrational patterns of light, you will experience the effects of the intensity of the frequencies of cosmic sacred fire. You will be affected by the fiery forces of creation in 3 ways: fire by friction, fire of body; solar fire, fire of soul; electromagnetic fire, fire of spirit. Eventually, you will learn to recognize the source of the frequency patterns of the various beings of light that you are to work with. You will also be able to differentiate between the subtle forces and the rays. You must strive to become a divine observer and a master of detachment. You know who you are. We do not have to tell you. We ask you to steadfastly maintain your center of power within your sacred heart as you're drawn into the higher levels of world service. As you move deeper and deeper into the realm of the Ascended Masters, your chosen path of service should become easier, almost effortless. Your major challenges and tests are behind you as you draw greater amounts of Godlight to you. The warring factions within will slowly release their hold on you as they submit to the transformative vibrations of love. My brave warriors of peace, as your light shines brighter out into the world, you must be vigilant so that you will do nothing which will make you a focal point for negative vibrational forces. You are learning to be a director of the higher forces. As you refine your skills of self-mastery, you will learn to identify the quality and force of all energy around you. In every era and major cycle, cosmic wisdom and divine truth are made available to those with open minds and loving hearts. It is time for an understanding of where humankind stands on the ladder of evolution. Each person must gain the knowledge of and have a desire to fulfill her personal destiny. For all of you who are firmly on the spiraling path of ascension, your major goal at this time is to return the vibrational patterns which make up your personal world in the 3rd, 4th dimensional reality to the originally designed spectrum of light and shadow. By doing so, your pendulum of consciousness will not swing so radically from positive to negative, and your mental and emotional natures will once more become stabilized and centered. This is an important step in learning to live centered within your sacred heart and sacred mind. A disciple on the path of enlightenment must strive for heart-centered detachment and wise discernment. In the unawakened person, more choices are made unconsciously than through intelligent awareness. It is as if they are in a semi-conscious state of awareness. The initial phase of becoming a self-aware person is to realize that she is not consciously awake. This begins the process of striving to awaken to the nudgings of the soul self, for this is an intrinsic part of becoming spiritually aware and a master of self. When you succumb to irritation and respond in loud, angry words or thoughts, you are using astral energy that is contaminating to the auric field. Continued use will build a negative thought form that must eventually be resolved and dissolved via the law of the circle. Envision your negative thought forms adding another stone or brick to your emotional prison. Remember, you are composed of units of energy which create your energetic signature and ultimately your soul song. Your goal is to learn to control your thoughts and to focus your power. Your thoughts will increase in strength according to the intensity and repetition of your seed thoughts. Dear hearts, learn to focus on the highest and best attributes of people and conditions within your inner circle of light. This is one of the most important aspects of creating your personal fifth dimensional environment. The language of the unconscious and subconscious minds is primarily imagery. The refinement of the subconscious and conscious minds and attunement to the superconscious mind are greatly speeded up by the deliberate practice and perfecting of the imagery and visualization skills. The soul needs a vehicle of expression on the physical plane in order to bring forth the power and magnificence of creation. You must endeavor to rise above and to shelter yourself from the emotional chaos of the mass consciousness existence. However, you must also function efficiently among the masses and spread your light as you go about daily life. You cannot live in a detached world and forsake the material world in order to attain enlightenment. Becoming an unrealistic, vague mystic serves no one. The introspective, inward-focused, meditative practices of the Eastern philosophies are being joined with the creative, outward-focused practices of the Western world. In a third and lower fourth dimensional environment, your mental body is prone to projecting into the future, which creates fear and uncertainty. The emotional body is always replaying the events of the past, some fond memories, but mostly reliving experiences of failure or pain. The present moment is hardly registered at all unless there is some positive or negative drama involved. You should strive for a strong, highly developed connection between the mental and emotional bodies, and also between the soul and higher self in order to develop refined spiritual values. As you tap into the higher frequencies of divine wisdom, brilliant ideas pour forth from the higher planes of intuition. You may experience.
If you can't manifest abundance, there are 3 simple reasons why not. I see so many people getting this wrong. They try to manifest.
Experience exhilaration one moment and depression the next, as you gradually achieve a blissful state of awareness, only to lose it again. However, the times of depression will grow less intense and also less frequent. Be assured that your ego desire body will rebel and resist the efforts of the soul and the higher self, and will try to keep you in your habitual practices habits of serving only the little self and its selfish desires. However, as you progress, you will tap into the realm of the sacred mind, and you will learn spiritual discernment. You must constantly monitor and critique your words, deeds, and motives as you train yourself and gain discipline over the little self. Remember, all knowledge is a form of light. As you strive to understand your role and purpose for this lifetime, you will learn to turn inward in order to understand who you really are, why you act and react the way you do, and how to tap into your greatest talents and potential abilities. This should be your major goal at this time. Reflection, contemplation, and active meditation will unlock the mystery of your true self and what your major goals are for this lifetime. You are an energy center, a receptacle, a physical body, which contains a measure of pure creator essence. You are responsible for integrating and using the light energy you need to empower yourself, and you must then send forth the balance out into the world for the benefit of all. Submission to your divine mission and to cosmic law means adherence to all universal laws as they are revealed to you. Walking the path of ascension requires a constant effort to make the highest choices for the greatest good, with an intense desire to serve. You must take responsibility for all actions and the energy you qualify, whether positive or negative, for it will return to you via the law of the circle. Your present earthly goal is to become a world server, and the quickest way to attain this level of self-mastery is to stimulate the flame of God power within. Self-mastery is attained in small increments, not giant leaps. Dear hearts, no matter the level of spiritual self-awareness you have attained, we encourage you to make the path to higher awareness a priority in your life. The world and the reality you have lived and experienced in the past are swiftly changing. You have a golden opportunity to join the ranks of those who are creating a bright new world for themselves and their loved ones. You also have the right to remain in the negative environment of the lower world of reality that is swiftly being cleansed, cleared, and modified, thus creating the chaos and monumental changes the masses and the earth are now experiencing. Which will you choose? Whatever your choice, we will guide and protect you to the limits of cosmic law, and we will always love you beyond measure. I am Archangel Michael.
I'll stop hiding away. The real me, the right ones will stay. Life's too short, can't push them away. I've got something, just wait. Even when the doubts cloud my mind, I've gotta live this life like it's mine. Here I am. Every scar has brought me here. I am. Every part of my soul is shaped by my memories. Bad times weren't the end of me. I found the best parts of me. Here I am. Here I am. I've got nothing to lose. Each day I can be someone new. Take chances and keep walking through. I'm not waiting for you. Even when the doubts cloud my mind, I've gotta live this life like it's mine. Here I am. Every scar has brought me here. I am. Every part of my soul is shaped by my memories. Bad times weren't the end of me. I found the best parts of me. No one can take that away from me. I'm not my worst enemy. I make my own destiny. Here I am. Here I am. I won't change all the parts of me that undeniably are who I am. I can't take the time I need to heal and let my heart start to feel. Meant to live as me. Here I am. Every scar has brought me here. I am. Every part of my soul is shaped by my memories. Bad times weren't the end of me. I found the best parts of me. No one can take that away from me. I'm not my worst enemy. I make my own destiny.